Now guys, I'm more excited than anybody to go back and watch my first video. I don't remember all that much about it, but I do remember when I made it, I thought, wow, this is a really good video. So, I mean, whose taste can you trust more than the 14-year-old version of yourself? Here we go.
Hey, YouTube.
Oh, no. First build on our list, the throwing squares. Now luckily for humanity, the ancient manuscripts that were once lost to history have been recovered and refurbished. We finally know how the old masters pulled off such a feat. It's a chunk from a garage door hanger strap. That zinc plated flat bar with the holes punched out, it's a chunk of that. So at this time, I didn't have any of my own tools. I had my dad's Dremel tool and whatever bits were still in the case that hadn't been lost yet. I didn't even have my own drill. If I needed to make a hole in something, I would use those stone grinding discs and it would just take freaking forever, but that's what I had to do. So I'm sure you could picture this little mop head alone in his basement, grinding on zinc plated steel with no breathing protection. Those were the days, baby. Now, very interestingly, this flat bar can actually get a little teeny tiny little bit of an edge on it, which is why miraculously, somehow, in that little mop head of mine, I had the presence of mind to only sharpen 2 of the edges so that I wouldn't have to push off of a bladed edge when I flung it. And yet, shockingly, the design was not without its flaws, as that great philosopher once said.
Yeah, they rarely stick into cardboard, so it's kinda not that great.
So these things are plenty sharp enough for a little cheap, easy, homemade throwing thingy, and it actually is a pretty dang good idea to have that blunt surface that you can flick off of. Think about people like skipping stones on a lake. That little flick is one of the best ways to get really good spin on something like this, and that spin allows it to stabilize in the air like a frisbee rather than just like tumbling go crazy. Really, the underlying problem with these things is they weigh basically nothing. This is 16, maybe 18 gauge steel. You throw them as hard as you can. It feels like you're trying to throw a cotton ball through a piece of paper. My solution, some thicker steel, larger diameter, and we are gonna do a little bit of reprofiling. I still wanna maintain a bit of the spirit of the throwing square. I am trying to ask the question, how would ZNA Productions make non-lethal by choices throwing squares? So I'm gonna go ahead and forge flatten this lawnmower blade, and I'm gonna do the whole entire thing. We can probably get 2 or 3 squares out of this, and then the rest of it is gonna be for the next build. Now watch, with my luck, I'm gonna throw it right in the little gap between the boards. It's gonna get lost in the grass.
Not that great.
Obviously, I just nailed the steel pipe that's the leg of the bench, and not so much as a chip, perfectly intact. You know, I was thinking, whatever steel a lawnmower blade is made out of is probably made to take a bit of an impact without exploding in case you bump into a rock while you're mowing the lawn or something. So maybe this is actually the perfect steel to make these things out of. All right, let's get a stick. Oh, baby, check that out. I mean, definitely a stick. Look at that one though. You know what's extra cool? The fact that I'm throwing it overhand with a backspin and it's still managing to stick with the blade facing up. I mean, that means I'm getting enough spin on these things that the spin itself is able to lodge the, I mean, not really a square, whatever you want to call it, able to lodge it into the target. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna throw a few more times. It's like that robot in The Incredibles. The only thing that can defeat my throwing square is my other throwing square. I'm gonna change up the technique.
Not that great.
Don't do this. Don't do this, take 2. That is just about what I was looking for. Oh boy. What did I expect? Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you're right. That was a pretty short video. Admittedly, I've been kind of time crunched recently. I'm gonna try experimenting a little bit with shorter videos, but more of them. I'm sure that will not turn into shorter videos and the same number of videos, which is like almost none. Guys, have I ever let you down in the past with my upload schedule? That's what I'm saying. Didn't think so. I hope you guys enjoyed the video some. That's all I got for today. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.